Hi people, welcome. I'm just going to do a quick video and an update showing you a trade that I'm in at the moment. You can see that I took this trade which was at 327521 and the actual target is 3300. Now as you know, I work on known support and resistant lines. This is just something that I do. So you'll see that the 3275, which is roughly this one here, okay, this is where I got into my trade on this direct line, and now we're waiting for it to go to 3300, which lo and behold is this line here. Okay, so you can see that I'm using known support and resistance lines that I've already used to get in and out of a trade, and this is how I trade normally by watching a 1 hour window on XAUUSD. And this is how I build up my DarwinexZero account into profit. Okay, this is how I do it. So I don't plan to make a lot of money with trading because this is the safest way that you can do it. And what I tend to do is once I've built up my trade and my actual profit margin, my capital if you like, with inside my DarwinX account, you'll see that this one is my DarwinexZero 1 account. You'll see that we're currently at 7,157, and you can see that we're now approaching, so we're at 329892, so literally we've got one more pip and this should close. Okay. And you can see that I reopened another trade at 329549. This was just almost like a buffer. Okay, I just opened this up as a buffer for 3298 just to top the money up a little bit, because that's how I do my trades. Okay, so you'll see that my balance inside my account one is 789882. It's simulated money. All right, because with the DarwinexZero account, it is done in a series of ways, and the way that you do it is that you pay $38 a month roughly for a simulated account, and they start you off with 100k, and then each time you actually start to build your account up, your portfolio if you like, your DarwinX index, you then get rewarded by performance fees, which investors can use your DarwinX index to actually make money online. Now, one of the key things which I found about DarwinexZero is where I've obviously gone into, you see, I want to get to 800,000 by the end of the year, so that's the reason why I'm doing it. But you can actually do it where you could just work on a 100k account and then just try and slowly get to 105, right? So you just get 5,000, then you get another 5,000, because there is a risk engine that's built inside the actual DarwinexZero, and the risk engine is designed in such a way that if you take a small trade, okay, and you've got an investor on board that's actually using your DarwinX index to make money with the system that you're trading with, what will happen is they will increase the risk ratio inside the DarwinX risk engine, and they need to maintain 6.5%, which is the same as NASDAQ. Okay, so the idea is that banks roughly try and get a certain amount of profit every single year, and this is the reason why that system has been used for that as well. So you can see that my current trade at the moment is bouncing backwards and forwards from 6,800 to 7,000, and this is slowly going up. It should hit the 3300, maybe 3001, or even 3003, and then it will start to fall back down again. You probably could retest on a 2998. Okay, as I can show you, if we go over to my actual chart, you'll see where it's probably going to retest because it's a known lines I've already used. It's going to be 27, this one here, which is 3278, or it could be this one here, which is this line here, which is 3283. Okay, so it could be any of these two lines that it could have a retest to. It could also just come back down and then go back up again, right? But this is one of the reasons why I tend to use known support and resistance lines. There is a couple of other indicators that I use, which I'm going to show you. I use the bulls and bears. So if this red level, okay, this red level here you can see is above this brown dashed line, okay, this is showing us that the bulls are in control. If you are, or there's more bulls that are starting to get into a buy trade as opposed to bears that are getting into a sell trade. Now the other ones that I've got inside here is the volume control. This is the volume here, and there is also on balance volume, and there's another one which is accumulation and distribution. Okay, now what I wait is I wait for, you can just see that this just tweaked a little bit. I wait until these peak up. Okay, if these start to peak up and this peaks up and this peaks up, this gives me confirmation that the market is going to go up. Now there's another thing that I use as well, which is a USD CAD, which I'm just going to show you quickly, which is this one here. Okay, now I use a precision bot on this as well, but I also check to see what USD CAD is doing. Now I'm looking for USD CAD, or this bot in particular, to take a sell trade. If it takes a sell trade and the peaks on my volume control, okay, and distribution is control is up, this is telling me, okay, that gold is going to go up. All right, and then what I use is I use all of these symbols, if you like, well, these indicators in relation when I'm trading. Okay, now I don't have a lot of indicators, I just have enough which work for me. Okay, because I know that the USD CAD bot which I use, I've got it set just to sell only. Okay, so if it goes into a sell trade, USD CAD seems to come down when gold goes up. All right, and you can normally get this where USD CAD will start to go down first before gold can go up. Again, this can be manipulated by news, FOMO, and don't forget that even if you've got high volume in gold, you can still get an increase in gold because people put it into indices and other stuff. It's not just stuck with inside that one pot, if you like. Gold is distributed all over the place basically, and a lot of people forget that, so they follow the volumes and think, yeah, okay, well, I'm following the volume, I can see that this is going to go up, and then find that it goes down. And that's the reason, is because gold is extremely volatile, and also you know, it can be totally unpredictable. Okay, the next thing I use is my breakout. This is my breakout one as well, which I use, and this is very, very good because this basically shows you this was a very bullish candle, and you can instantly see that where we're following this line, that this is almost like another support. Okay, this line here which runs right the way across here, and of course if it breaks this support and comes back down again, right, I would wait until it pivots onto this line, and then I would get in again with the buy trade. What I tend to do with XAUUSD is I always try to buy only. Okay, now sometimes you can't always do that, especially if you're running bots, because bots will like to go both ways, especially if it's a martingale or a grid bot. But when you're trading manually, this is when you can actually get into a really, really good profitable trade, because you can see that we're at currently at 6,700 or 6,800, and it's going up. So as I speak, 6,800 roughly. Okay, and this should finish around about 7.3. Okay, so it'll be 7.3k on this. Now you might be looking in alarmingly and see that, well, you've got minus 88,000 in your account. You are right. Okay, it's because I've got other trades that I'm running and I haven't closed those trades, and I will show you them. Okay, and what I'm basically waiting for is gold to break the 340 support. Okay, once it breaks the 340 support, then these trades here will come into profit, and I've got these targeted at 3397, 3371, 3362, 3337. Okay, these are all targeted, so I've got pretty much a lump of round about $80,000 in trades here, okay, and this is why I trade buy only, okay, and this is why I can do it with this particular account. If you was using a prop firm, you'd be blown out the gig by now, because as soon as you bring up as soon as you go past the 10%, you just lose your account. That would just completely be abolished. With the DarwinexZero, it gives you the ability of being able to trade every single month, okay. If you go into high drawdowns, you can survive them. So you can see that my deposit when I started this account was $100,000. You can see that my profit margin is 690,128, and you can see that my balance, this is including when my accounts go up, will be 790,128. Now remember, I'm in this for the long game, right? I'm happy to sit inside this trade for weeks, even months, because I am in a good position where I have a high profit margin. So this allows me to have a buffer within inside my account. If this was a 10k account, then obviously I wouldn't be trading 3 loss every time I'm trading, okay. I would be trading probably 0.02, 0.01, okay, and then I would increase it after a couple of weeks depending on what your profit margin is, so you protect your money. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you over to my Darwin just so you know what's going on. We're going to sign into my account 1, and I'm going to show you how you can safely make money online by doing this. And you'll see now it's going to do, oh, I hate these. I've just got to do this very, very quickly. Okay, and then it should let me into the account. Okay, and you will find that this has got quite a low payment, but the reason why now is because I've got this set up, but this comes out monthly. All right, so normally it will be 3 times what you'll see, but this will be coming out on a monthly basis. So my return since inception is 25.81%. My maximum drawdown, even though I'm 88,000 down, is only 0.8 minus 8.53%. So I'm very, very healthy. I'm a very, very healthy position. My return is 6.79%. You can see I've got an asset under management of $80,000. Okay, and you can see that if you look at my actual record, my total Darwin allocation received is $340,000. Okay, I'm currently 84th. Out of currently 123 out of 289 other gold traders, because it's all about competing for your allocations. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly show you. Let's move this over here a minute. I'm going to show you my allocation, okay, because I think I like to be transparent so you can see exactly what I get. Okay, so you'll see that at the moment, okay, my performance fees to date, which I've earned, is 2,421. Okay, so I've made 2.5k roughly of real money, outside my P&L of 17,836. So you can say that this is what I've made the investor, but this is what I've made myself. Okay, so I get 2.5 grand for making the investor 17,836. So you can see that my pending performance fee, which I will receive, okay, on the quarter end, which is on August the 5th, is 253.78. Obviously, if my trades that I'm holding at the moment, okay, jump into profit, then that is going to go up exponentially, okay, because what it will do is it will jump probably a grand and a half, especially if these fall into trade. And also where I've got an allocation, I don't know if you saw, but I also have an allocation. I'll just check, I'll show you. 100k allocation, which I'm building on, okay, and once you open this account, this allocation, this is a profitable factor that you get all the time, okay. Once you've opened it, you get a profitable factor. And you can see that when I started, which was in June 2024, okay, you'll see that now this is running all the way up into July, so this is just over 13 months that it's taken me to build this account. But remember, this is my account one. My plan of action and my strategy, okay, my method that I use is to have 10 accounts. So then when you see what you're making each month, you're actually making by times 10, and this makes it very, very rewarding for you. Okay, so if we click on the allocations, I promise I'll show you this, and you'll see that it will show me 253.78, which is on the 5th. Okay, and if you look, let's just bring this down, you'll see that I started my £100,000 permanent allocation, which I brought using my first performance fee. Okay, so this account now doesn't actually cost me any money at all to run, because where I'm profiting on it every single month or every 3 months, this account runs totally on its own. So I just get performance fees coming in every 3 months, and then once I break this, which I'm very, very close now, because my current quote is 125.80, and my target quote that I need to do is 131.66. Once I've done this, this permanent allocation will open, and this is something that I will receive all the time. Okay, because what I've done is I have now just paid the extra $12 a month, and I will continue to pay that every single month, which they take out of your performance fees that you've already got. So if you've got a sum of money inside your DarwinexZero account, this thing is running automatically. It's not costing me any money. Okay, I'm not paying $38 a month, because my performance fees that are coming in are actually covering my subscription. So this is why when we get into this position and account 1 is doing this, what we'd like to do, okay, is then set up and do account 2. Once you get account 2 doing exactly the same as what account 1's doing, you then do account 3, and so on. However, you do it in such a way that you're only paying for one subscription, because in that way you started off just paying $38 a month, and when you get account 2, you're still paying $38 a month. When you get to account 3, you're still just paying $38 a month, and you can keep going. Okay, and I teach you how to do all that inside Darren's Trading Academy. There's also a video that is available which I show you for free inside my YouTube channel, and it will give you ideas of how this works. Now, just by calculating my estimated performance fee, if I was to make another 0.5%, if I click on here, it will show me that I now make £313.78. If I make 1%, it now shows it's £373.78. And if I make 1.5%, it's £433.78, £493.78, just for 2% increase in my actual balance of what I'm trading, okay, in profit. And if I go to 2.5, it's 553, and if we go to 5%, you'll see it's £853.78. So you can see that this has got legs where you can start to make substantial amount of money when you've got multiple accounts. The secret is making sure that your account is running first, okay, and then once you get your account running first and it's on total autopilot, you then move across and then you do exactly the same as what you've done on account 1 to account 2 and so forth. And then what you're doing then is you're building a long-term investment, okay, of making money online. And then I show you how we can put the money into Vanguard or an ISA, into funds which will protect the money that you've got, okay, without paying certain things that we have to do, okay. So that is pretty much what I wanted to just show you. So you've just seen inside the DarwinX index account, okay, and this pretty much gives you an idea of what it is, okay. So I'm just showing you, this is my account 1. I will be doing another video on account 2 and on account 3 and on account 4. I will be bringing these out shortly just to give you an idea how they're doing. And you can see that my best historic position was 84th, which is very, very good. You know, and I'm just showing you what, you know, fruits of life, if you like, fruits of labour, which I've got to look forward to, which to a lot of people think, oh my god, it's only £253 and you're doing all that work for nothing, right? No, because this is account 1, this is running on autopilot, right? This don't cost, you know, this don't cost me anything, it just runs on its own. So what do? Set up another account, and then I'll set up another account. And if you get 20 of these, well, guess what? That's 20 times 253, okay? And then you can see the power of what you've got in front of you. And this is the safest way to trade online, by using simulated accounts being paid to be a pro trader, okay, and allowing other people to see your trading index and investors that may invest in you so you can make more profits. Okay, so that's the end of this. Hopefully this is going to help you. Just wanted to give you a little bit heads up. We're just going to move over just to see if the trade's closed, because we're currently at 299.17. So let's just scroll down. So you'll see that I roughly said it's going to be around about 7.3k. We're at 7.208, and this is going to close very, very shortly because it's just going up very, very slowly. So that's all the very best. That's until my next video, and I wish you farewell. Thank you.